Why is Wizard 101 so fun? We have a lot to talk about. What's up, trolls? Scarecrow here with Abstract Gaming, bringing you another video today, guys. In this one, we're going to look at one of my all-time favorite MMOs on the PC, Wizard 101. And guys, honestly, this game is so simple, but it's so highly loved between like young ages all the way. I've seen people like up in their 60s playing this game, and there's got to be something to it. So let's look at that. The first one is the gameplay. So in the early 2000s, Yu-Gi-Oh! Had become such a beloved franchise, and before that you had, Magic and other card games, and this kind of plays off of that. It is a Harry Potter mixed with Yu-Gi-Oh! Style card game where you go through this very expansive story, meet really cool characters to become a better and better wizard. When you at first didn't even know you was even a wizard, just like Harry Potter himself. And also you have characters that remind you of Dumbledore, and a character reminds you a lot of Severus Snape. There we go, I got to it. And it is so fun, very nostalgic if you go back and you've watched the films growing up. The second is once again the story. So you start out, the story is this man named Malistaire has lost his wife and he's kind of gone crazy. He's the brother of the Severus Snape alike, Cyrus Drake. And honestly, I really like this character. He looks cool, and you actually meet him at the tutorial of the entire game where you're learning how to battle. And he's got a cool look. I like his character and also his story. And honestly, he's a fun character to fight. And at one time, they made him overly powerful to where I myself know no one that ever beat him. The third is the grind. We all know MMOs. There's a certain level where, okay, this enemy is very tough. I need to go and build and get better equipment. And this game has that, but in a very fun way. I don't know what it is about it, but after I hit at the match level 50 at the time, which is now 120, and beat the whole missions, I wanted to be the best level 50. So I looked up what the best equipment was for my class. There are multiple classes. Death being a heal yourself, do damage with a decent accuracy. Storm, the most damage, the worst accuracy. Fire being the second most powerful with the second least accurate, and so on and so on. And honestly, it is so in depth, but also so simple to where there's such a high skill ceiling, but it's very welcoming to new players. Also, the first area is free. You can go and fight enemies as many times as you want. And honestly, I've got level 10 by absolutely grinding low-level bosses and never got tired of it. But I wanted to do it, play more, fight more bosses and stuff, and finally got a membership. You can also go a more permanent unlock way and buy crowns also with real money and permanently unlock areas, which include third bosses as well. But, like I was saying, you go through, you grind, you can get that awesome armor, get that awesome one-day mount, which there are current holiday mounts out that are permanent that you can go and grind and unlock. And also, my favorite that I'm even currently doing at the moment of recording, going and grinding for pets. And pets are super cool companions, almost like Pokemon, that you can go and grind for. You can also buy a few, but mostly you have to go and put in the time and effort to unlock them. Next is the characters. Like I was saying earlier, Merle Ambrose is your Dumbledore. Cyrus Drake is your Severus Snape. Malistaire Drake is your Voldemort. All these characters, man, and honestly, so very recognizable, and it's just so great to go and listen to them talk and everything. Next is the worlds. The worlds are so great. You start out in Wizard City, you go and you grind, and you finally make it to Krototopia, which is a Egyptian style map. And you're finally learning what it's like to go through these somewhat dungeons, which are missions inside of a boss area. And then you go to Marleybone, which is the most annoying towers, where you grind and you fight enemies upon enemies upon enemies before finally taking on this ultimate boss. And then you go to Mushu, which is a Asian style samurais and ninjas, and they're actually ninja pigs and samurai cows and bulls, and you get these cool spells. This is where you start really getting into the game. And then finally, Dragonspire. There are much more worlds after this, but Dragonspire was like the first place you really want to get to. That's where Malistar was at. This is where, like, oh man, this is where you hit level 50. This is in-game at the time. It's like, oh man, it's such hardcore. It seems like you was somewhat playing a child's game, and now here you are in the like, oh man, we're fighting dragons, we're fighting really evil people. And it was really cool. Next is the sounds, the audio. I don't know what it is about audio in games that just drive you, like Zelda. Think of Zelda. I don't know what song I'm playing right now, but it's nothing Zelda related. But Wizards is the same way. Honestly, I do play it without sound all the time. That's just because I talk to people, and it's hard to listen to people talk while also listening to music and stuff. But the music is so great that it's like I went and actually installed the game again just because I was like, man, just think about that music. Think about, honestly, there are cards in this game because each card has a monster and you use it, and they each have their own characteristic. But there's this one called Skeletal Pirate, and honestly, he'll have you saying Charmalarny R so much. Every time you see friend, Charmalarny R just comes out. It's just so funny and so cool, and it's just so nostalgia inducing, dude. I don't know what it is about this game, but it's so great. And then the lastly is, once again, the customization. Not only do you go and grind for that cool armor, but you also start out building your character from scratch, choosing his hair color, his eye color, skin color, clothing color from hat, shirt, boots. And it's really cool, male or female. You know, there's so many choices. And then you can even go into PvP and unlock this really rare armor, because the PvP, like I said, the game is so basic, but there's still such a high skill ceiling that you can go through and just study and study and study and finally kind of master this. And you do feel like, oh man, maybe I'm Dumbledore, maybe I'm Harry Potter, and it's really cool. But guys, if you've never played this game, I do recommend you go and download at least the it is the trial, but it's actually the full game. Go and play through, try to hit level 10, and just see what all this game is about. And then if you like it enough, just try out membership. It is super fun. And if you're more into pirates, they do have a pirate version, but it's a whole different style of fighting than the card games. Honestly, I've not put much time into it, but I'm currently playing this. Like I said, while recording this video, I'm playing this. But guys, I think this would be the perfect time to end the video. Comment down below, have you ever played WIZARD101? If not, also let us know what game you do play on PC. But guys, like always, hit that like and subscribe button if you're new. And always, guys, God bless. And don't forget to wipe.